Hey, so also today I plan on going to a holiday fun Mandarin buffet for lunch, and I am going to go by the TTC, which is like solo for lunch. I need to still practice my speech. Hey, so today I thought I would talk about some topics, more like 2017 me when I had the office meeting in September and I had my Starbucks and everything. So revolutionary. oh is that the opposite of speech training, whereas like I trained myself into having some kind of lisp or something so that people couldn't hear what I was saying, but the opposite is to have people hear what you're saying. You know, like in YouTube videos when I used to make them before, I would emphasize my words. Like, I'm really excited to go to this buffet. You could say gluttony, you could say it, but I'm saying more like exploring and adventuring nourishment, you know, like, I guess. And realizing that I don't go out anymore alone or to places or on the subway, so I should focus on going once a week to try something new, something that my heart beats for, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I like should follow my food passion. Yeah, because I always wanted to be a chef when I was like a little girl. On my 7th birthday I asked for like chef equipment. I was spoiled with chef equipment. I don't know where that went. I don't know where it went, but I got like a chef outfit and bowls and spoons and like everything. So I really loved food and cooking at a very young age, and I was very aware of food. But my relationship with food kind of like fell out after my mom passed away because there was nobody to cook dinner anymore, and it was like we would just go out to restaurants often, but it's not like you could have everything you want at the restaurant, right? So it was like food became kind of a scarce thing unless it was scary, you know, like, and I didn't even know how to pack my lunch, like that wasn't even a thing, like just buy it at the cafeteria. And you know, eating was like not even a thought, and then going out to dinner with my friend group was like, ooh, but like you had to have money to pay, and I didn't have money to pay, so my friends would pay for me, and I'd be like, okay, because like I wasn't taught that, and it was like at 14, 15 it didn't occur to me to bring money to go to a restaurant with friends. Thank God they were there, and I like literally to this day think about how I wouldn't have been able to eat that night with them if I hadn't had money. You know that feeling when your like stomach is turning and you're just like, uh-oh, I don't have money to pay for this, and I'm here, and what the heck am I doing? And like it's like that kind of feeling. And you know, I had to train myself later to be prepared for things and be like, it was like a perfectionist thing where it's like you have to bring your card, your driver's license, like all these things. Like that's like from, I guess, neglect. Like you have to really learn so many different habits and drum it into yourself like, okay, I need these things, because it wasn't ingrained at the age that you're supposed to learn. Weird. It really is, like when I look back in the past it's really weird. But yeah, food, yeah, was very scarce. It's like weird to think back on it. Like I can't even believe it myself sometimes, but I know how much I love food, and I loved Caesar salad, and I really loved steak was my favorite. Hearty, heavy meats that fill you up. I love different foods from different parts of the world and different flavors, thanks to my mom before she passed away, because we would always go to like different restaurants and trying different things, and it was so exciting. And importance coffee. Yeah, screw Starbucks. I don't do this all the time. This was just a special Friday morning occasion. I learned how to cook at 16 out of necessity, because it's just like, oh crap, like I have to make food for myself somehow. So I learned how to make chili and pasta, and I started out with the Ohio Skyline chili, I think it was, someone recommended, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this with the stuff in the fridge. And I also made food like that. I would come home from school at lunchtime to make my lunch, and then I was like, this isn't sustainable. There's not enough time, and I'm gonna get tired and want to fall asleep instead of go back to class. Like, I have to figure something else out. And then I would always get the takeout food across the street from our school, but there's like this big mall that all the students would go to from my public school in the latter years of high school. And so we would always go to Wendy's, Second Cup, which is a coffee shop. There's a Loblaws grocery store, which would have been smart of me to just go there, but there are other restaurants. There's a whole food court, okay, of different foods, and there's a really creepy, sketchy food court that was like really dirty, underground, that I went to once with some friends, and I was just like, what is this place? Like, but then down this like little hallway from it, there's a sandwich shop called Druxy's, which I honestly, it brought back childhood memories to go there. From high school, it brought back childhood memories. You got like the pickle and alfalfa on your sandwich. Like, I loved stacking my sandwich with like vegetables to the sky, and like pumpernickel bread, and like you can choose like chicken salad. They had really good salads, like chicken salad or crab salad and stuff like that, I think. Or then there's like the roast beef and the pastrami and stuff. I wasn't really that much into that, but the sandwiches were so good. And then there's this chicken salad place across from the mall. Like across, I mean, from that store, like on the other side of the mall, there was this chicken salad place under the library. And my mom would always go there and get chicken salad sandwiches, and it would be like her favorite place, and they made it so good, okay? It was a Korean man and his wife that ran the shop, and they had other stuff too. They had like cream cheese, and but that was, I would always get that with lettuce, tomato, salt and pepper, a little bit of onion, like, and I would put other toppings sometimes, like cheddar cheese or like, like mayo or mustard or something like weird, like to mix it up, because I would have that so often. It was so expensive though back in the day, and I remember my parent giving me money, like a cash, like for lunch. I'm like, can I have money for lunch? You know, not knowing that you should pack your lunch and save money and get a job at that age, not knowing any of that. But yeah, so we'd get, and I would pay for me to get those chicken salad sandwiches that my mom previously would get so frequently for us. It was such a childhood remix. And then another thing, oh yeah, if you cross the major street, Young Street, from the one side to the other side of this building, there's this center building that's like got government offices or whatever. But the eclair, oh yeah, sorry, at the chicken salad place, I forgot to say, they had the best tea. I dumped so much sugar and cream in my tea though, like inflammation station, like it was way too much. But I would dump cream and sugar into my tea and have that for my after lunch snack, and then an eclair. And I'm like, why am I gaining weight? And it's like, obviously because you're eating all this stuff. The eclairs were so good. They were like a dream. They were like the type that you have in the 90s or like the 70s or the 50s. Like they're like really old fashioned, and they only had it at that place. Then, okay, so across the street, like I was saying, they had these other like takeout restaurants or whatever. There was this one place I can barely remember. It was like a cafe, and you could get these sandwiches. You get these really cheap sandwiches, and I took my sibling there, and we would sit there and split a sandwich or whatever. It was like another sandwich place, like I'm saying, but it was like a cafe restaurant kind of thing. I just barely remembered. I only remember it was some kind of modern healthy restaurant or something like that, and they had this chicken Caesar wrap that tasted like very unique, but in a not wonderful, but like it's just like, okay, it's kind of healthy, like it's good price, let's just get it kind of thing. And it had like, I don't know, the cheese, like the Parmesan cheese tasted like, didn't taste like real Parmesan. It was like this other flavor. I wonder what the heck that store was now. Like I wonder what it was, but that was the lunch spot too. And I would get like a chicken Caesar wrap with like a side salad, and we would split it or something. And then there was this other Korean buffet, like lunch buffet, cold salad bar place. You walk in and it's like a convenience store, but in the middle there's a salad bar. Okay, I'm not even joking. And then you've got like pasta shells with tuna, potato salad. Then you've got the Korean cold noodles or something. It was like spicy cold noodles. Then you've got like actual salad and chickpeas and like dressing, and like you've got the regular buffet, like 70s style kind of items or 90s style kind of buffet. With those like spoons. I wonder where they bought the buffet from, right? Like, because remember how like Wendy's back in the 90s, they had like buffets, and they had like iceberg lettuce and like like you could get ranch dressing and iceberg lettuce. Oh my gosh. Sprinkle a bit of cheddar cheese on top. I love buffets. Okay, you could call this gluttony, which I was like, is this gluttony? I'm like entering into gluttony. But something about Christmas time makes me so hungry. Like something about winter makes me like love food over the top. Like I love food and I want to go eat more of it, and I want to like try new foods and have all these flavors. And like, maybe it's just like the energy of it. I don't know. Like I don't feel like it's that bad for me. Like I feel like my tummy wants it and I'm gonna give it to it, you know? Like I feel like it's fine. It's very like I don't know, there's like a sexy connection to it. Like food has like a sexy connection. It's like you're like self-loving yourself, kind of like you're giving yourself like a treat, you know? It's like, it feels so good. And I know it's like weird to most people, but to someone who's faced neglect and faced not having food sometimes, or not having enough food, or not having enough of the nutrients, it's like, oh my gosh, like give me some of that, whatever it is. Like I want to try it. In my Melanie Murphy days, I rekindled my love for intuitive eating. She was a leader in that. I was losing weight and I had a healthy relationship with food that didn't have any guilt. It didn't have any like resistance. It didn't have any harm in the connection of the food. You know how like when you have an eating disorder or have some kind of bad relationship with food, you're like, carbs, or like, oh no, I can't have that, or like, it's not that you don't want to or you know it's bad for you, it's the fact that you can't have it and you're craving it but you can't have it, and it's like this drama. That's why just remove the drama and put in some love. And people around me, I think, were pivotal in creating this eating disorder, because it's like, oh, you're gonna have that, well, do you know how many carbs is in that? Oh, you're gonna have that, well, do you know how much that costs? You know, it's just like $3 extra for mushrooms on top. Like, you're gonna have an orange juice, you know how much sugar is in that? You know, like, it's like, but it's just once in a while, and like that kind of thing would be like constant, and so you develop a hatred for those kind of foods, or you develop a guilty feeling when having them. Now, Melanie Murphy's work on YouTube really helped heal that for me. So when I would have something that was indulgent, as long as I tracked the calories, I would allow myself to have it, indulge in it, take the body, embody it, in a sense. Is like, if it's a Starbucks mochaccino or whatever, a Starbucks mocha latte, I would know, okay, this is 500 calories. This is gonna greatly hinder what else I can put into my Fitness Pal for the rest of the day. So I have to just limit. Sorry, I don't know where I stopped. Where I have to limit the cafe latte with the whipped cream, and I can have like a fish and a salad for dinner, but that's it. Like, I can't go overboard. You know, I have to know, well, this really put a dent in my calories, or actually later when you analyze your calorie intake, you could be like, wait a minute, this thing I regularly eat, like this blueberry muffin in the morning, puts me way over on my calories. If I cut that out and I cut that out, I'd be in. And if I just rinse and repeat and do the same thing and make sure I don't have that blueberry muffin or I don't have that cafe latte, I'll be fine. And I'll be right under my goal and it'll be perfect. But because I'm eating up over the limit, my exercise is basically just balancing out what I'm eating and I'm not losing anything. And I'm sadly not happy with my body type and feeling unconfident and worthless because of not having that in control. And like there's that. So, but Melanie helped me with that so much because, again, like hearing people's voices saying, oh, you're gonna have that's gonna make you fat, which is, it's good to have a strict mindset and have like guidelines going into this and having a way of keeping your routines and the things that strengthen you. But at the same time, you know, like hearing those people's voices can bring so much guilt and so much like resentment towards certain foods. Like, oh, I can't have the noodles at the buffet. I can't have the noodles at the buffet even though I'm paying for it and I really want it and it's just once in a while and I just want to have it. Then give yourself the noodles, enjoy the noodles, make peace with them so that you're not like constantly thinking about it after you leave the buffet. Oh, I didn't have the noodles. I want them, I want them, I want them. You know, I remember back in 2020, I had this addiction, literally gluttony demon addiction to this pasta at this place. Okay, called Ramezzo, and it's like it's an old Italian 90s style like dark restaurant in Scarborough. They have these butternut squash ravioli with Alfredo sauce. Oh, the best ever. Not only do they have that, they've got the amazing mussels, goat cheese crostini, tiramisu dessert. Like, I haven't actually been there and sat there. I've just seen the inside and I've just taken takeout because I was just trying to, I'm like, where do you have butternut squash ravioli in Toronto? And I found that location. Me and my ex would drive there for my cravings on like a Friday night or something. We would get this like butternut squash ravioli. Now I think it's about, it was $14 to $16 or something like that. I'm not sure how much it is now, but I would want to go there every week and it would overtake me. Sometimes I would go twice, one day and the day right after, to get this pasta. I loved the squash. I love the Alfredo sauce. I love the pasta. And one of my favorite all-time foods in the entire world is pasta. The different kinds with the different sauces. Oh my gosh, like one of my favorite like foods ever, on the top of the list. Going there to get that, I remember that. It's because it's December. It was like, I think the addiction, the gluttonous addiction to this butternut ravioli pasta began late October, November, and carried on into December. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get so fat. Every time I ate that ravioli, I would be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get so fat. And I actually was extremely overweight. And at the time, I was on a low carb diet to counteract which actually really worked. I was 3 months into it, and this pasta, I was so scared was destroying me because I was eating sugar because there's the flour in the pasta. Crazy. But yeah, that's food journey for you. That's like the food journey. That's why today I'm so excited to go to brunch. You go to get muffaletta, not muffaletta, what are they called? Po' boys. You go get po' boys. You go get Greek food. You go get Lebanese food. You go get everything. Like lunchtime was like everything. And it's funny because like living in Toronto, it's like I don't usually go to lunch. It's not really a thing. People are too busy to go to lunch actually. I think that's why. Not everyone, but a lot of people are. You can't step away. People get delivery to their offices and stuff like that. But lunch is so fun, you know, if you go early too. And I just want to do this for the like first time in ever, and like just go and like go by myself. And yeah, maybe even I'll go on Sunday. I'm planning on going to another early breakfast brunch with my nephew, us alone on like a winter day downtown, trying out this place thanks to this guy on YouTube. I'm gonna shout him out. I think his name is Tim Lee. And I love his adventures and his different food vlogs, so I want to do that too. Well, I want to do that, but I want to scope this place out first. I'm really excited for Sunday. So yeah, that is my update for now. Now I'm going to go back to work on my computer. Bye. On dressing, okay, sorry, I just scratched my chin, so now it has red. But dressing sexy versus dressing comfortably, I find that if you're going, okay, you can't really enjoy yourself if you dress sexy somewhere. Like if you dress provocative, sexy, classy, elegant, fun, it's like the whole point is the outfit, so you can't really enjoy your thing you're going to as much because you're focused on the outfit and what you're wearing. So in that sense, you should be as comfortable as possible when you're going somewhere to enjoy something. And when you're going somewhere you don't enjoy, or somewhere that's boring, or somewhere that is dull or whatever, it is so fun to wear provocative, elegant, sexy outfits, because it like gives some purpose to something that's super boring. And it like, you can literally change the energy of yourself, of the people you're around, and of the event or whatever, because of what you're wearing. Because it's so like interactive and fun to wear, whatever it is. Whether it's just high heels, or whether you did your makeup differently, or a certain bag and coat, but you're there and you're able to get whatever you're doing done because you showed up, and you showed up with vigor, with this extra layer of confidence, of energy. Really, it's energy to put these pieces together. Like they have energy in them, and putting them together and presenting them and walking forth into this thing it really does change the game. Okay, I just wanted to say that. I can't wait to do more of these when my computers are all fixed and fine and they don't have any more problems, and it's just going to be smooth sailing with my computers to do that. Oh, I've started running again, and I want to talk more about that. I may talk about it in detail, but I just want to say that I started again, and I don't want to break that manifestation by talking about it, so I'm just going to keep it going. But yeah, this is the second day. This is now the third day. If I do it today, it's the third day. It doesn't matter what you've eaten, or it does matter how much you've slept, but it doesn't matter how much you've eaten. Just do it. My advice to you is just start and run for 1 minute. See if you can run for 5 minutes straight. See if you can run for 20 minutes and then take a break. See how far you can go. Can you run for 2 songs in a row, 3 songs in a row, 4, and then maybe 5, and then 6, and then stop and take a break then? Or maybe not even take a break, keep on going. And you just see, you know, if you're bored and you're on a track, or you're at on a road running, see how you can count. Oh, I'm at this road now. Oh, I'm at this road. Oh, I made it to this. But I think the funnest thing is counting the laps. For some reason, I enjoy that when I'm running around the track. I'm 1, okay, 2, okay, 3, and I'm like counting up to 40. And then when it reaches 40, you're basically done. And I like to do 45 minutes to an hour, and I like to do 7 days a week. But I'm gonna try to do 6 days a week. But I'm like in work mode. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not in like creative mode at all. So I should be though. Oh, I forgot to talk about Toby's, the hamburger place above the movie theater at Empress. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. And all the old style restaurants, and Ichiban Sushi that closed down. One of the last authentic Japanese restaurants in my area closed down. Crazy. Like that place I remember from childhood. It opened in 1994 or 6 or something. So, and I'm not wearing any foundation, but I'm wearing eyebrows, mascara, and the bare lips. Like, it's crazy how I'm starting to see glimpses of my old self coming back, which is more than enough. You know, like I asked for 2017, 2018 me to come be in a new version of myself, but it's like just seeing the glimpses is enough to like make me feel like and then also I love the natural skin, even though it's blotchy. It's just like red in the face, let's go, let's blush, you know. Like, who cares if it looks bad or whatever, or like blotchy or acne. It's like, I'm gonna rock it out, see what happens. It's like, oops, I'm blushing. So also, like, I don't give a fuck what people think. But then, and I'm saying grew smaller because it's like a goal to grow smaller, to get them to be smaller. Because the smaller they are, the more feeling and energy that's running through them. The bigger they are, they can't, there's no frequency. It's just numb, zombie. So if you can get energy flowing through, it's just healthier, you know. And like, don't ever stop. Like, it's a part of your routine. It's like, oh my god, like, it's crazy to me. And it's like, maybe my body is telling me this is healthy, this is what I really like, you know, this is, I like this, I like what you're doing. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And they grow smaller because it is the goal to grow them smaller. The water retention, maybe the water will be released every single time it's swished in a circle. The water, the panic that's maybe held in it, the emotion that I'm going to release through the act of energetically through the hand. Sorry, I have a towel in my hand. Energetically through the hands, pushing the energy back into the body of the center where the emotions were broken, the emotions were traumatized, the emotions were hurt. The impact of the car accident on that area, the other things that happened to that area. So the endowment is great, and we have to appreciate that endowment that God's given us by energetically, and spending just some time being conscious with it can change. So I just want to tell you that. Okay, bye. I'm going now. So right now I'm going to Mandarin, and maybe I'll film a bit when I'm there. I'm really excited. Okay, so I made it to the Mandarin lunch buffet, and I'm about to go in now. I'm really excited to try. And the lady at the TTC was so nice. My nephew can ride for free on the subway. I didn't know that. So here is the buffet. Let's go. So I got the clam chowder soup to start, and what's weird is it's right before the bus came, and I got right on the bus before that even happened, which was really crazy. This is the view behind. It's really nice. So this is the next strand. I got potato salad, shrimp salad, sushi, and seaweed, and then I'm gonna go back for the shrimp and the salad. Bye. The bread pudding is the best. The dessert was the best because they have this bread pudding that's amazing with like vanilla sauce on top, and they have so many ice cream flavors, and so it's so fun. And I also got creme brulee to try, so it's a huge buffet. The fruit at the end is there's so much fruit, so I wish I could have more, but I can't fit anymore. Anyway, this is really fun. Bye. Check this out.
That you give for the next 12 months, 10% off the store, 10% off online, free shipping online, and 99% the promo. If we start now and end on the 3rd of December next year. I'd rather you know than not know. Aussie Standard's my personal favourite.
But now I'm gonna go get a booster juice and then I'll take that on the subway with me. Bye. Hey, I haven't been here in forever. Can you recognize where this is? I remember coming here with you in high school. There's a real old phone here. Really grungy, but